To make graphics for TV10, first save some images to a flash drive from Google Images. Then open the Finder window, go to Weather Transfer or Willy under Shared and create a new folder. Save the folder under the year, month, and day, and create a RAW folder in order to hold your images. Then go to your flash drive and drag the images into this folder. If you have several images that you want to put into this folder, simply click on the first image, hold down the Shift button, and then click on the last image. This should highlight all of the images you have. Then use your mouse and drag these images into your folder. After that, go to the RAID 5, Creative Services, Templates, then TV10 and choose the wall template and drag it to the Photoshop icon on the dock. Drag the image you want to use down to the Photoshop icon as well. Click on the duplicate layer in the right bottom corner and send the picture to the wall template. Drag the image under the curve layer and cut off the excess using the rectangular marquee tool. It looks like a dashed rectangle. Choose the excess portion and hit delete. Then hit Command D to deselect that area. You can choose how you want the graphic to look. For this graphic, I'm going to use 2 copies of the police car. Then clicking on the normal drop-down menu, I'm going to choose Overlay for the bottom image and keep the top layer normal. When that's done, I'm going to the eraser button on the left-hand side of the screen. The eraser comes with many different options, so you can choose any size eraser that you want to use. You can use the eraser also to create different designs on your images. For this image, I'm going to use a large eraser to create the shading around the police cars. Then I'm going to use the eraser button to erase parts of the top layer in order to bring the shadows out into the image. It's up to you to decide how much you want to take out or keep in your graphic in order to convey your message. For this graphic, I decided to erase quite a bit of the top layer because I wanted to use only certain parts of the graphic to highlight the fact that it's a cop car in the background. So I definitely wanted to bring out the sirens and around the hood of the car so you can definitely see that. I then want to add another layer to this graphic by including the crime scene tape image. I don't want the background for the crime scene tape. I just want the crime scene tape by itself. By putting this layer on top of the police car layers, I'm free to go ahead and just erase around the image of the crime scene tape so I can get rid of the background. Since all of these images are on separate layers, I don't have to worry about erasing my cop car image, which I'm very happy with. All I have to do is erase on this one layer. It's very easy for me to erase around the crime scene tape without losing any of the cop car background, which is what I want for this graphic. All of the images are separated on different layers with Photoshop, so it's very easy for me to erase the background around the crime scene tape in order to just use the crime scene tape alone as a highlight on top of the cop car image. When you're done with your graphic, be sure to save it under a name that your producer will recognize, along with what type of graphic it is. So in this case, I would just say it's a cop car wall. That way they'll easily recognize it. Save this graphic to the folder you created earlier that holds all of your raw images. You'll want to save this graphic in both Photoshop format and PNG format. In order to save this as a PNG, just go to the Format drop-down menu in the center and click on PNG. To make a box graphic, go back to RAID 5, choose Creative Services, Templates, and then Tv10. And then choose the left box and the right box, PSD, and drag them both down to the Photoshop icon located on the dock. When you're done, grab the image that you want to use for your boxes and drag it down to the Photoshop icon. After the image has gone into Photoshop, go down to the right-hand side and click on the image and duplicate it. Send each image one to the left and one to the right box. To resize the image, click on the Move tool located on the left-hand side, then click on one of the corners of the image, hold down the Shift bar so the aspect ratio does not change, and drag inwards. Make sure that the image fits inside the box. If part of the image is outside of the box, you can click on the eraser tool and use it to erase the excess image. When you're making boxes, it's very important that you get all of the excess image from outside of the box. These boxes are going to be located over the shoulder of the anchor. So if you have any excess image, it will be seen. So you want to make sure everything looks clean and you have a clean edge. When you're done creating your boxes, be sure to save the image under a name that your producer can remember. For this example, I'm going to use soccer, box left, and then soccer, box right. I'm going to save both images in the Photoshop format and the PNG format. If you want to save it as a PNG, simply go to the Save As menu, go to the center where it says Format, and use the drop-down menu to click on PNG. And that's how you create a left and a right box for Tv10.